Am I the butthole update? Am I the butthole for telling my daughter it's her fault she has no pictures of herself? Original post here. So it's been less than a week because I wanted to make amends ASAP, so I printed off all the pictures and put them in the album. They didn't fill it, but I made a spread on one of the pages that said go make new memories with a picture of her and her fiancé. I put a lot of work into making it look cute. I called her and asked to talk. She arrived and we had a long discussion. I asked if she had any trauma or self-esteem issues, in a more tactful way, obviously, and she said no, she simply did not like having her photo taken and adopted the behavior of screeching and kicking to avoid photos. She did say she had anxiety and that's why she had panic attacks, but that it was mostly because she was gassing herself up, if that makes sense. I knew she had anxiety, but not that she gassed herself up, if that makes sense? BTW, gassing herself up are her words, not mine. Regarding her visit, the one that kicked things off, she explained that she was embarrassed by her behavior and even more so when it was exposed to her fiancé. She said she didn't quite realize how much time she had lost and that it was very emotional time for her. I apologized for my wording during our spat and we both made up. I even showed her the post and we read the comments together. We had quite a laugh at all the armchair psychologists and internet detectives that claimed just because she knew a sexual gesture as a child, she was in danger. Some people were writing borderline fanfiction and rewriting my entire history with my daughter based on one post that's talent. After a little bit of talking, I brought out the album and gave it to her. She was happy, and she seemed to take responsibility over the fact she refused to have pics taken. I told her I had printed out the candid ones from when she was 12 to 18 and asked if she wanted them. She said no. She really liked the page with her and her fiancé, which made me super happy. So that's that. You might find this hard to believe, but other than this incident, which we are working through, we have a very good relationship. Edit. Wow, thank you for all your kind comments and rewards. I'm slowly working through all the comments and replying to as many as I can. Web link. Sounds like a good resolution, and I hope she has handled her anxiety so she is able to make those new photos she wants. Totally agree. It's a positive and healthy ending, and it's amazing what sitting down and communicating can accomplish. Of course, it also sounds like one of these situations people just needed some time to reflect on that wasn't best handled in the moment, in this case her embarrassment around her fiancé, which hopefully they can talk about too. Hopefully this moment helps her be more comfortable with having these types of conversations with her future child. I know I needed some long discussions when I was growing up, but neither of my parents would bother. My parents did bother, but they were just lectures, not discussions. Some people just take bad pictures. It is just something about how the camera lens in front of them. They simply cannot remain normal. I think they feel like they need to perform in some way. My mother-in-law is one of them. She just cannot stand and smile for a picture. She will almost always have her eyes closed, or a strange look on her face. She wants to take a good picture, but something just keeps it from happening. My brother is like this. Since he was a kid, he's 38 now, pretty much every time his eyes would be closed. It was pretty much a guarantee. I told my wedding photographer how hard it was and he said no worries, I only need one with them open and can fix all the others. He did a good job. Is his name Earl, by chance? Side note, that was one of the best running gags in the show. Absolutely. This is me. I've realized I blink at least twice as often as the average person, and it's every photo. I love summer photos as I can wear sunglasses and no one knows eyes are closed. I've heard that if you look down with your eyes, have rest of body/head/face posed, have the photographer count down, 3, 2, 1, and look back up at the last second, you're more likely to not end up blinking in the photo. I do this. I think my eyes are pretty sensitive to light, so it especially happens with flashes, but I'll blink rapidly or look down just before the picture gets taken. It works most of the time. My eyes are stupidly sensitive to light. It's insanely hard for me to take pictures with flash on. I've tried all the tricks. Edit. I have blue eyes, so my eyes are naturally sensitive. Yes, same with me. Upside is I've got way above average night vision, downside is a watery, behind overcast sky, Winter sun can already cause my eyes to tear up sometimes, and in the summer I'm stuck wearing the darkest possible shade of sunglasses in one of those models that sticks to the face, and still have to be careful to not look even vaguely in the direction of the sun if I don't want to end up utterly blinded for a couple minutes. I have blue eyes that are naturally more sensitive to light. I wear sunglasses outside nearly year-round, and I live in the Pacific Northwest. It's always too bright for my eyes. Netherlands here, so we're not exactly known for strong and bright sun, either. I have blue/green/gray eyes. No one can seem to agree on what color they are, anyway, and depending on what clothes I wear, they look more like one or the other, so yeah, naturally sensitive all right. Though it's at least partially genetic beyond eye color alone in my case, as it occurs all over my mom's side of the family, even among the brown-eyed folks. Possibly a neurological thing, as there's a very high degree of overlap with family members with visual snow, tinnitus, and migraines. Oh man, same. I have to think don't blink, otherwise somebody goes 1, 2. And I automatically blink on 3. I don't know why lol. I read somewhere that with younger kids or dogs, I don't remember which but probably both to be honest, if you give them a command, they'll only hear the last word. For example, saying don't jump versus down. So instead of mentally saying, don't blink, say eyes open or something. I guess the brain just heard the last word and is as if okay boss got you, time to blink. Me, don't blink. Result, crazy eyes. Have a proper camera, DSLR or system camera, that can take multiple photos per second. Press the button, make 5 pictures in one go, and one of them will be okay. You can delete the wrong ones. I do this standard in family situations. This only works during daytime. If you need to use the flash, you need a real good flash to do that, and having 5 or 8 flashes each time you take a picture can be annoying. But at least you can have good daytime pics. You can even do this on an iPhone if you hold down the button. Super helpful when taking group shots or moving subjects. Haha, my brother, 35, is the same. I have maybe 10 photos total of him with his eyes open, and I was a photography major, so I have tons of photos of him. I made a collage of a few of his bad pictures and we had a laugh about it. He also managed to find a beautiful fiancée that has the exact same problem. Taking pictures of them is both awful and hilarious. I did manage to get a couple of good ones that I gave them for Christmas. My brother can't smile in a picture. He has a wonderful smile, but whenever you try to get him to smile posed, it's so cringe-worthy, smiley face. This is where the good photographers really stand out, because they can draw out that real smile during a candid shot. Unless you're Chandler, then no amount of skill will save him. Lol. Just get Joey to pretend to be him. Problem solved. Candid photos are not posed portraits, they're unposed, and the subject isn't aware of precisely when the shots are being taken, which is why candid shots look way more natural with more genuine looking expression. The photographer can be world class, but if the subject can't do something, then the photographer can't just magically make them able to do it. I know my face doesn't do the things I tell it to even in regular interactions, let alone posing. There's no way any photographer can make my face work right, and it doesn't necessarily mean the photogs are all just bad. Almost all of them heavily edit their photos anyways, so it's not that big of a deal that my face sucks. My spouse is similar. He has the most lovely, real closed mouth smile. He just doesn't smile with mouth open unless he's all out laughing. But over and over photographers have forced him to smile bigger and it always looks fake. About the only unforced teeth showing smile photo we have of him is our wedding day, because he was just so overwhelmingly happy he was on the verge of laughing all day. I'm a fellow closed mouth smiler. I literally practice smiling with my teeth, but my go-to when someone takes a picture is my closed mouth smile. If I remember in time, I'll try to make my smile bigger and use what I practiced in the mirror and with selfies, but the results are not consistent yet. My husband has bad teeth and he always smiles with his mouth closed. It's aggravating when photographers try to get him to show his teeth, because he's super sensitive about that. Same for me, but I have a pretty distinct and large overbite plus tongue and lip ties. Smiling with my teeth hurts honestly. I had the same problem. I solved it by trying to think of something happy/funny, and that's helped a ton. This is my issue with photos too. I always end up looking like I want to kill whoever is taking the picture, smiley face, smiley face. Same with mine, he just looks odd. He ends up pulling a weird face instead, smiley face. That is me. Never have been able to smile for pictures ever since I was a kid, especially in school photos. It just always looks so obviously fake. I have to tell people that if they want a good photo, they need to make me laugh. Indeed. I'm not ugly per se, but I photograph horribly. When I smile for a picture, my eyes get squinty and my face looks fat. I estimate that there are about 3 or 4 pictures from the last 30 years that I don't cringe on seeing. It's also fun when people say, "Oh, that's a great picture of you," and I say, "Thanks," but I'm thinking, geez, it's worse than I thought. Same. I always find myself horrible in photos. When I point it out to people, they say that the photo is fine, then they look at me and at the photo again and insist you look very fine in that photo. Somewhat depressing. Yes. I'd rate myself a 7/10, maybe a 6/10 with my COVID roots and weight gain. But I photograph terribly. People are always surprised. I look nothing like myself in any photo, people often fail to recognize me, and on the odd occasion I photograph well it looks like a supermodel, not me. So I pull faces etc. because I hate photos, but at least if I was pulling a face I'm purposefully ugly. I'm also 5 foot 10 inches, ginger-haired, pale as F, and super hourglass in proportion. Whilst my friends are all tanned, 5 foot, 100 pound, I love myself and I love them, but I 100% look like Fiona from Shrek taking a photo of the gingerbread man, person shrugging, light brown skin. Yeah, my cheeks are so fat for some reason and it just all gets bunched up when I smile. I'm not even fat, my BMI is 20. Same. I overthink my entire body when I'm getting a picture taken of me and it results in weird body language. I've got one friend who knows how to work me to get a good pic, but my boyfriend has no concept of how to make a picture better, so I've got a lot of great pictures of him, because he's handsome and because he knows how to behave in front of a camera, and a lot of not great pictures of me, person facepalming, light brown skin, that he took and claims are good but some are very questionable. Same, I will see myself in a mirror and think, hey, I look cute today, then try to take a photo and look awful in the photo lol. Every once in a while it actually works and I like the photos, haha. On the other hand, some people are the bad picture takers. Growing up I thought I was so unphotogenic. So did my mom. It ended up being my dad, who had been a photographer as a hobby in his earlier days, was super duper bad at taking pictures of people. He'd take pictures of people when they're eating or talking, and no one looks good in that frozen moment. He probably thought he was capturing real candid moments, but it was just unflattering. My husband is bad at pictures. He's an artist, and can do amazing drawings, but cannot frame a photo to save his life. They are always too far away, or at an awkward angle so some body part looks 3x bigger than it is. I think because he doesn't move to take pictures. He just takes them from wherever he is, whereas I will move around the subject to get the best/most flattering angle. So when I get pictures of him and our kid, the bald top of his head that he hates or his poochy stomach are downplayed, yet whenever he takes pictures of me and the kid, I have like 3 chins or my cleavage is hanging out or my hair is sticking out weird. I have like 3 chins or my cleavage is hanging out or my hair is sticking out weird. Does he do portraits and life drawing? If so, he might not register those sorts of things as negative. Seeing a lot of life models can make you very body positive and accepting of everything. Plus, he is your husband. I usually can't stand posing/smiling for a photo. I always think I look ugly and that I ruin a photo by just smiling, so I do silly faces instead. If someone takes a picture of me without me knowing and I look in another direction, I don't really mind it. I'm like this too. When I started dating my now husband, I told him I'm not photogenic and he didn't believe me. He would say, "You're so beautiful, there's no way you're not photogenic blah blah blah." After a couple years dating he finally conceded I am not photogenic, and it's become a running joke in our relationship how badly I photograph. I had a friend years ago who was a pretty decent looking guy, but couldn't photograph worth a damn. I remember trying to help him set up a dating profile and going through pictures like, how is it possible you have this many bad pictures? They never believe us. I'm a reasonably attractive person, so when I inform people that I'm not photogenic they think I'm being modest or self-deprecating. Yeah, no. I just have a face that doesn't translate well to 2D. Every picture of me taken before college I look like I've seen my own death. A childhood friend of mine sent me some old pictures from when we were kids recently. Everyone's looking happy and smiling, and I'm just sitting there looking like someone just explained 2020 to me. Whenever I pose for a camera, my face literally starts to shut down. My eyes feel like they're staring at the sun, my ears start rumbling, and every muscle in my face twitches. I know nobody cares, but for some people it's worse than just not liking the outcome of a photo. This actually sounds a little like a minor panic attack. I don't know if you've ever been diagnosed with anxiety, but possibly looking into some methods for dealing with panic might help you. Not that there's anything wrong with just not being in photos. Yes. My grandmother is the same way. I think when the camera is on she gets anxious to have people looking at her and feels she needs to put on a show, so 80% of photos we have of her you can tell she is talking and often has her eyes closed / is gesturing with her hands. Some people just take bad pictures. I always look like a hostage in photos. I have no idea why. My grandmother hated having her picture taken. So when she had her picture taken, she'd always be grimacing or making some face, because oh, why are you trying to take my picture again? Then she'd see the pictures and say, see, I don't take good pictures, that's why I don't like having my picture taken. My cousin, who we found out about late in life, is an amateur photographer, and managed to catch a few really nice candid photos of my grandmother before she got really sick. The best pictures I've taken have been a one-off DVM photo where my hair was looking really nice and some candid photos that caught me right before a big belly laugh or similar. Eye closer here. Absolutely unintentional, everyone knows to take at least 3 pictures if I'm in it to make sure my eyes are open in at least one of them. Sometimes it works. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe to be the first to know about Red Rabbit Reader's new videos. If you like our videos, please like them on YouTube and share them with your friends. We welcome your comments below. Press to start another of our videos.